Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here for a late night video right here on the home of the Gilmore Chronicles, TGC Reborn. This is episode number 196 of the Gilmore Chronicles Reborn series, getting closer and closer to episode 200, but that's becoming pretty soon, so get ready. Alright, this is episode 196 of the Gilmore Chronicles. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. But most importantly, tap that bell, turn on all my notifications, and that's all I gotta say about that. And we will move on from there. And that's it. So like the video, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and all my other channels as well. Follow me on social media, and don't forget to tap that bell. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, so let me just try something 1 second. Oh, I can do that. Okay. I'm just looking at stuff on StreamYard, so I want to try something, but so it is what it is. But I'm just checking a couple of things. Okay. Blah 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 blah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Saturday night, May the 15th, 2021, hope everybody had a good day and having a good weekend. And if not, well, too bad for you. That sucks. Well, it sucks for you. It doesn't suck for me, but it is what it is. Good day here in the Northeast. Another warm day. Loved it. And had a pretty good day. Had some lunch with my parents. Just a random, just wanted to go see them on the weekend, just hang out and everything. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. So tomorrow's the end of the weekend, and by this time Monday, hopefully, the missus will be back. But unless something happens between now and by tomorrow night or early Monday morning, the missus will be back. But if not, she'll probably be continuing her assignment in Florida. So hopefully she'll be back on Monday, but we'll see. And that's that. So that's that. All right, let's get into this video. But before that, I mentioned on my last video, on my SmackDown review, that I had a big announcement, and I made that announcement near the end of the video. So if you want to know the announcement, check out that video. Near the end of that video on my Killer Demons channel, my SmackDown review, link to the channel down below. Excuse me. So for those of you who don't know the big announcement that I made last night, basically it was that I was offered another job. I got a text with a link to a possible another a little bit of a higher paying music job, but it's remote, not in what I'm doing now, basically remote stuff for what I'm doing, my music job now, but it's in another company. The job that I was offered was in another company called Asylum Records, if you can look it up if you want. And basically it was digital street team, basically marketing and promoting stuff. So I'll be like promoting on YouTube, TikTok, even though I don't use TikTok, and mostly Instagram, which I'm on and off with Instagram. I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram. I mean, I just started Instagram a few months ago. So, if you want to follow me on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram at thegodofmetal99. All the information is down below in the description box. So, I got that text. So I went on. Clicked on. They sent me a link, so I clicked on the link, and I wasn't suspicious at first, but it went to Indeed, which is a job site. So, and basically show me what the hell, the entire description of what the job is and what the responsibilities are, what I could possibly do with this thing. And I got it last night, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold off on this. I'm gonna give it the rest. It was like in the evening, and I was like tired anyway, so I was gonna watch SmackDown, and then do the SmackDown review and go to sleep, and then get up and apply for it, and maybe I'll get I could get something back by Monday or something. So I decided to do that. I get up this morning, and I was like, all right away, let's do this. Let's hope for the best, right? I go on Indeed. I go to my saved jobs. I saved it, and I click on it. I'm about to apply. Next thing I know, it's expired. I mean, that quick? Or was it I'm thinking, maybe it was a sham, a scam, a wing bang bam. I'm rhyming like you know who, but it is what it is. So it wasn't meant to be, I guess. But it looked real to me, and I was about to, go for it. Continue to chase my dream and get, more experience and everything. But sadly, the with my bad luck that that I've been having for the last few years, it is what it is, and so that's that. So it is what it is. So it expires. Kind of felt bad and kind of was depressed and feeling down. I was like, oh, I should have done it last night. Damn it. But still, it was worth a shot. But, there's still many other music jobs I can, that I can get that are a little, better, a little better paid, and, I could gain more experience. But, or, I'm probably going to talk to my boss on Monday and see maybe I can possibly get a raise or maybe a promotion somehow, but we'll see. But still making the money you wish you fucking had. I can still pay bills and everything. I'm having a little bit of a hard time right now, but with all the bills getting, climbing and getting more and more and more as them, the months and years go on, especially my cable bill is going to go up in January, but since I put it in my name now, it used to be in Rose's name, but now it's in my name. And I'm paying a different price now, so which is good. I lowered my price a little bit, not too much, but I think I have a 1-year deal until February or March of next year, so I'm paying a set price all the way for the next few months, and that's that. So that's good. But my internet, I think, is going to be going back up. I think starting in next month or in July. I don't know if it's in June or July that my current deal, the current contract is right now, but I think it's coming up either in June or it's in July. I'm hoping it's July. So I really don't want to be, going to June and I'm paying like $150 for fucking internet. I really don't, but I'm gonna look into it probably before June starts, or by around when June starts actually, and see what my contract is, and if I have to, because I'm not gonna be paying $150, just to renew. No way. So I'm probably gonna get I'm at 300 megabytes per second right now. So I'm gonna probably downgrade and go to 200 megs per second, and it's a little bit cheaper. So a couple of dollars cheaper. So I can try to get that deal. I can downgrade to save some money, or maybe try to find something to save money. I know the freaking people at when I have Optimum, here in Jersey. So with that and with them, they're probably gonna tell me, oh, you should just get a regular router so you can save money. And I'm like, well, you got a router to sell me? I don't. I'm not gonna go to a Radio Shack or a computer store and get a router for like $80. No way. I don't have any. I don't. I could. I mean, I do have an old router. I could use that. I gotta find it, and I think I have to somehow put the disk in and configure the router to the desktop right now, and possibly if I ever get the laptop out, because I haven't used the laptop since maybe last year. Been a couple of months. So, and then I would have to get rid of the current modem and the router, bring it back to the cable company, and terminate them, and that's going to cost like $100 and some odd dollars, because they have a termination fee. So I'm kind of stuck, but it is what it is. It's either continue on and be paying like $150 for internet and the modem and fees and shit, or bite the bullet, pay the termination fee, and go with the router, and I don't have to worry about a cable bill every month. That's like $150 every month. So, or what I'm thinking of doing is just downgrading and paying about 75, close to $80 for the next year. Then, if my things start getting better, I get more, a raise or anything, I can go back up in speed. But we'll see. I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna do with my internet, so I don't know yet. But thinking I'm probably gonna be downgrading, so pretty soon. So we got that, and yeah. So the music job didn't. I mean the what I thought was gonna be more experience and continuing my dream, didn't happen, and but I'm still happy with where I am right now. But making, like I said, making more money than you wish you can count, and that's all I gotta say about that. And but I'm gonna keep persevering, and hopefully, like I said, maybe I can get a raise, or I could probably get a second job like I used to have. When I was working in retail, I could possibly go back into the retail world again. I really don't want to, because retail fucking sucks. It is what it is, but if I have to, I mean, bite the bullet just for maybe a couple months, I'll go back into retail, and but not work full. Full time. I can't work full time. So again, because with my condition, my anxiety and depression, and all the stuff I have right now, I can't do a full 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday anymore. So I have to do a part time. So I have to work like 25, maybe at most 30 hours a week. And while I'm doing that, I could possibly get something better, possibly maybe a full-time job later than that. But it is what it is. Maybe like an office job or something like that. But right now, I'm probably just gonna look for a side job, like a second job, to get more money so I can pay more bills and get out of some debt I'm still in. But we'll see. And that's that. And if those you asking, Rosa can't work because she's not well right now. She can't really work right now because of her. She has a condition too, so her legs are shot, so she really can't stand for periods of time. And but so it is what it is. So, but we're still able to pay our bills and everything, and rent and shit like that, mortgage and shit like that. But that's that. So I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do to make ends meet and survive, and that's all I gotta say about that. And that's it. So that's that. That's the announcement. That's the update. So it is what it is. That's that. And we move on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for what we're here for. As the title below says, on episode 196 of the Gilmore Chronicles, like I said, we're getting closer and closer and closer to episode 200 coming in August. Just about 2.5 months away till episode number 200, which is going to be my 12-year anniversary of being on YouTube and the milestone of hitting 200. It's going to be an open forum. Hopefully, I can get questions in the chat, or if you guys want to send me questions in the comments box, or on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you could do that. So if you have any wrestling questions, or you want to talk movies, music, sports, sex, politics, current events, anything you want, open forum, like I said, put your questions down below in this video or any of my videos, or come when August comes and I do episode 200, come in the chat and you can ask like a gazillion questions. I'm probably not gonna go a long time. I might have guests here and there, guests if I can, but we'll see on that day, depending on people's schedules. I might have Chase on. I'll try to get maybe my good buddy fan of YouTube to come on. Maybe Double ZTV could come on. Maybe WJ. Maybe Jerry. We'll have a good old time, and we'll talk some wrestling. We'll talk some video games and sports and sex, and just go berserk. But we'll see what happens when we get to August, and that's that. I got a couple videos coming over the next coming weeks. I got Double or Nothing coming up on episode 197, Money in the Bank, actually NXT. So there's 2 pay-per-views in June. July will probably be Extreme Rules, whatever the July pay-per-view is, and then August we got 3 pay-per-views, or maybe 4, depending on what NXT does after the next pay-per-view, In Your House 2, coming up on June 13th, which I would assume after that will probably be SummerSlam weekend will be the next takeover after that one. So what I could do is well, 197 would be Double or Nothing. 198 will be NXT. I might have to just do a regular stream and not do a Gilmore Chronicles predictions video for 199 because I got to keep 199 open for the July pay-per-view. And then 200 will be in the beginning of August, right around August 9th, which is my actual, my YouTube anniversary is August 9th, 12 years ago from August 9th. So that's why I want to keep that open. So I really can't do like 2 back-to-back Gilmore Chronicles. I can't do Takeover on 198 and then 199. It will be Money in the Bank, and then 200 will be Extreme Rules. I can't do that. I did that once before, but I'm not going to this time. So the next couple Gilmore Chronicles, 190, like I said, 197 will be Double or Nothing, 198 will be NXT In Your House 2, and 199 will be in July for the WWE July pay-per-view, which is probably Extreme Rules. And unless what they might be thinking, SummerSlam might be either August 1st or August 22nd. Right now it's August 22nd, so we'll see. But that would be if things go the way I plan it. Episode 201 will be SummerSlam, and then we'll start our road to 250, which will probably be in 2 years at this rate, but we'll see. I don't use this channel a lot, but this is just like a vlogging channel and a predictions channel. Sometimes I'll do, random vlogs, or I'll just, if I'm bored, I'll do a random stream. So I have a lot of time on here. I have 20 hours on this particular channel, so and I only use this channel maybe once or twice a month. So I might put extra, or put like side. I won't do a stream. I'll do a stream, but not call it the Gilmore Chronicles or anything like that. Yeah, so those will be like either bonus episodes or side episodes, not pertaining to the Gilmore Chronicles, but because I don't want to go over 200 and just because I want that to be a big episode, hopefully, and a milestone episode, because I haven't hit 200. This is like the longest Gilmore Chronicles I've had on this is the remake, the backup to the backup. Well, not the backup to the original Gilmore Chronicles, which went all the way up to 155, and then the channel got falsely terminated. But thankfully, ever since 2014, 2015, I kept this up for just almost 200 episodes. And like I said, I would use this channel more often, but I have to work, so I can't really use this channel like every fucking day. I just pump out videos every fucking day. I can't, because I work, and I gotta have a vacation too, and a life, I gotta be with the missus, fucking her in the ass and make her humble, you know what I mean? But, but probably in the after episode 200, I might use it more often. Just do random vlogs when I can, and talk about wrestling, and just like an open forum kind of thing. Or if I have a certain topic I want to do, it pertains to wrestling or sports or whatever, just do that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get past 200, past August 9th, when I do SummerSlam on episode 201, and then we'll do All Out, which probably be 202, or there might be somewhere in between here, depending when All Out 3 is. But we'll see what happens. All right, that's enough about that. So get ready for the next few episodes. It's going to be pretty exciting. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get into it. Let's get ready. Are you ready? Let's get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because it is time for your 2021 Wrestlemania Backlash predictions. Wrestlemania Backlash comes your way tomorrow night from the Thunderdome in Tampa, Florida, at the Youngling Center. This is the event coming off of WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. And right now, looking at the card, 6 matches. I don't know if they're gonna add 1 or 2 more matches during the show. They haven't really announced anything yet. Either because right now 6 matches, and no pre-show as always. I mean, pre-show is just going to be vignettes and maybe some segments here and there, maybe an interview or two, but no matches like a kickoff show or shit like that. And then we get to the main show. Most of the matches are going to be like between 10 and 20 minutes. Times that by 6, that's about an hour and a half. And usually, WWE pay-per-view is about, goes on about 7 o'clock and it ends about 10, maybe 11, depending on what the pay-per-view is. If it's a major pay-per-view like Wrestlemania, or if it's not Wrestlemania, if it's like the Royal Rumble or SummerSlam or Survivor Series, it lasts about 3, maybe close to 3.5, maybe 4 hours. Because you got matches there, you got video packages and interviews here and there to get to about 2-3 hours. But like I said, with this card, 6 matches, that's probably gonna be an hour and a half. This pay-per-view might be the shortest pay-per-view in WWE history at this point, unless they add a match or two, or a match goes more than maybe 20 minutes, which would probably be the main events. For the WWE, the triple threat match for the WWE title, and Roman versus Cesaro, which will probably go 20, maybe 25, possibly 30 minutes. Who knows? But like I said, at this rate, it looks like it might be an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half. This pay-per-view could end about 8:30 or maybe possibly 9 o'clock. But we'll see what happens. And with that, I would love for it to go maybe 2 hours, or go 7 to 9, and then people do the reviews, and finish off Sunday night, and then you get the Monday Night Raw, which is the aftermath of WrestleMania Backlash, and that's 3 hours, so they can fill all that with the results, and looking back on the show, and then probably having rematches, or whatever they're going to do after that. Either they're going to start the road to Money in the Bank, where possibly having qualifying matches, or we'll see what they do. But like I said, this might be a 2-hour pay-per-view, or an hour, at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It feels like a house show with an intermission, but we'll see. Sorry, I got an itch. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's get into the card. Let's not waste any time. And that's pretty much that. I'm not gonna make this too long because it's after midnight here in the Northeast on now May the 16th, 2021. So we got that, and we'll move on. So I'm not gonna make this too long. But we'll see how it goes. All right. Let's do this. Let's run down the card. Let's just shut up. All right. So I'm gonna go from bottom to top, as I always do in my prediction videos. And if you are watching, you want to come in the chat and leave your predictions, you're fine and dandy to do that. If not, just leave it after the video, or hit me up via social media, and that's that. We'll do a video reply if you wish. All right, so let's get into it. We start off with our first match. We got Damian Priest taking on The Miz with his good buddy Johnny Drip Drip at ringside, John Morrison, one-on-one. And this is going to be a lumberjack match. Now, ever since, even before WrestleMania, where this feud started between The Miz, John Morrison, Damian Priest, and then really Bad Bunny, they're hyping, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest with The Miz and Morrison, which was going to lead to a tag team match at WrestleMania, which at first it was going to be Bad Bunny and The Miz, and then, maybe a week or two before WrestleMania happened, Morrison and Priest got involved and made this a tag team match, in which we all know at WrestleMania Night 1, Bad Bunny shocked the world with his wrestling skills, beat The Miz, and he pinned The Miz, and got his WrestleMania moment. And then after that, he got the golden mic from Triple H, and is about to embark on his 2022 World Tour, which is sold out right now. So it is what it is. But then after WrestleMania, you don't have Bad Bunny anymore, so they continued the Damian Priest, Miz, and Morrison storyline. I'm like, why? Why couldn't Damian Priest just get thrust into maybe the United States title picture? Get into a thing with Sheamus, but that's not going to happen unless they do it after this pay-per-view. Well, Sheamus is not defending the United States belt right now, unless they add it, but who knows? And if he does, he'll probably face Monsieur. But I'm thinking he'll probably defend the belt on a Monday Night Raw. That would be completely pointless. But it is what it is. So over the last couple weeks after WrestleMania, Damian Priest comes out, and Miz and Morrison, they want a rematch. And Damian's like, well, they're like, oh, you don't have Bad Bunny. He's on tour. He's going on tour, so you're all alone. And Priest's like, oh, I could do this by myself. I could beat you both by yourself. They had they had matches over the last couple of weeks. Basically, Damian beating the crap out of John Morrison the last 2 weeks. And then, as we saw last week, where after Damian Priest beat John Morrison again, Miz came in and attacked Damian Priest, and then ran away when Damian was making his comeback on him. And then Damian went to Adam Pearce. He said, I want the Miz, and I want him. And he made the stipulation after he beat John Morrison, who made them, who accepted the match thanks to him, for Miz, and that's that. Then we're seeing Miz and Morrison, kind of basically Miz kind of screw his partner into losing all the time, and Morrison, taking matches when he really shouldn't be taking matches for the Miz, and agreeing to everything. So Damian Priest went to Adam Pearce after Miz attacked him last week, and he's like, I want Miz in a match where he has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Now I was thinking a steel cage match, but that's not gonna happen. So we get a lumberjack match. So Miz, can't run and hide like he tried to do when he was on a lumberjack match with Bobby Lashley when Lashley won the title, when he had to fight Miz 3 times. So looks like Miz is probably gonna do the same thing in this match. But I can see Johnny Drip Drip getting involved somehow, and I think he's gonna cost the Miz the match. This is probably the easiest match I can predict. Damian Priest is gonna win this match. There's no way I really don't think the Miz is gonna win. He shouldn't win because he's going nowhere. Except the Titus Catering, but that's that. So my prediction is Damian Priest beats the Miz, and after that we're gonna see the eventual breakup of the Miz and John Morrison. And then we'll probably get some matches with Miz and Morrison on Raw that'll be pointless, and both of them go into mid-card hell. And let me just move this over. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. So Damian Priest will get the win. And after that, probably, and hopefully, he'll get thrust into maybe the United States title picture. Or maybe the WWE title picture. Who knows? But hopefully he'll get pushed more. And we'll see what happens with that. And yes, I picked my nose. It is what it is. You like it, suck my dick. And that's that. All right, after that, we get to next match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, we got the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, defending the belts against the number one contenders, Rey Mysterio, Booyaka Booyaka, and his son Dominic Mysterio, Booyaka Booyaka. Now, over the last couple weeks, the Mysterios have been getting some big wins. They beat Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable. They teamed up with the Street Profits to beat Alpha Academy and the Dirty Dogs. And then the last couple weeks, as we saw 2 weeks ago, we saw the Dirty Dogs and the Mysterios in the ring. And it was supposed to be Rey versus Dolph Ziggler 2 weeks ago. But as we saw, basically Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, bashing Dominic, telling him, you don't belong here. This is a man's world. You're just your daddy's son. Blah, blah, blah. Kind of really pissing Dominic off. And then Dominic, stood up for himself and says, I got this. I'll face Dolph Ziggler. And as we saw 2 weeks ago, Dominic lost. Oh, no, Dominic won, I think. Dominic won, and, got one over on the champs. And then, as we saw last night, we had Rey Mysterio and Dolph Ziggler, and Rey won with a 1925 fruit roll-up. So they got all the momentum now. They want to be the first ever father-son tag team champions in WWE history. And then they got all the momentum. They're all happy. They're excited. And the Dirty Dogs, Ziggler and Roode, continue, as you saw in that segment after Rey Mysterio won. They were in the back, and Ziggler and Roode continue to mock Dominic, start laughing at him, calling him a baby, and it's like, you don't belong here, and this and that. And then Dominic still wants to be the big man, and said you can call me all the names you want, but after we beat you for the belts, you're gonna call me baby champ. And then Ziggler and Roode are laughing, and even Rey Mysterio was kind of laughing at his son for that comment. But it is what it is. It's gonna be this is a tough one to predict, but I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with the Mysterios, become the first ever father-son tag team champions in WWE history. I think they will win the belts from the Dirty Dogs, and I don't think they're gonna have a long run with it, because I think that the eventual next challengers for them, which might be the Usos, Jimmy and Jay reuniting. I think they'll be next in line, and I think probably either at Money in the Bank or at Extreme Rules, I think they'll lose those belts, and I'll probably lose them to the Usos. So I really can't see Alpha Academy winning them. I really don't think they should win them. So they have to really lose it to a heel tag team. So it probably will be the Usos, reunited Usos, where they go with face versus face. They have the Mysterious faces facing the Street Profits, but I really don't see that happening. So we'll see what happens. But I think Rey and Dominic will hold the belts for maybe a month, maybe a month and a half. But we'll see what happens for that. So yeah. So my prediction for the SmackDown Tag Team title match, excuse me, I got the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic, to win the belts and dethrone the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, we move on from there. After that, let's get into let's talk about the women. So let's start off with the triple threat match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. We got the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley, the champion, taking on taking on the lovely former champion, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Suck my dick. But you knew that already. So she's taking on Asuka and Charlotte Flair, horseface Charlotte Flair, who got inserted into the match thanks to her bestie Sonya Deville. Not earning her shot. Sonya's manipulating things, behind Adam Pearce's back, and put Charlotte in after she unsuspended Charlotte a couple weeks ago, and then getting involved in Rhea Ripley and Asuka's match, and then getting put in after that. Asuka's not happy. Rhea Ripley's not happy. Obviously, nobody's happy. I'm not happy. You're not happy. Horseface Charlotte gets another title shot when she hasn't earned it. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens with that. But my prediction is gonna be Rhea Ripley. I think she's gonna retain. Hopefully she pins Charlotte and not Asuka. But as we saw the last couple times Rhea Ripley and Asuka met, Rhea's had her number. She beat her at WrestleMania for the belt. She beat her last week. Well, not last week. Not this past week. But the week. No, last week. The week before. And that's that. And then Asuka's like, I'm ready for Rhea. This is I can beat you and I can beat Charlotte. Blah blah blah. But we'll see what happens with that. Charlotte wants to get the belt back for the 13th time and reclaim her spot, her top spot in the division. And Rhea in her second defense. All the belts that they had the rematch on Raw. I think the couple of nights, night or two after that, which ended with she beat Asuka again. And then Charlotte came out and beat the crap out of both of them. That's that. So I don't think that Rhea's gonna lose to Charlotte again, like she did at WrestleMania 36. So I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley, the Nightmare, to beat Asuka and Charlotte. I think she will pin Charlotte. And Asuka will look strong in a losing effort, but not get buried. Even though, I want her to get the belt back for maybe the third or fourth time she's held the Raw Women's Championship and go on another long run. But I'd rather have Rhea win, excuse me, and continue her reign. And we'll see what happens with that. So Rhea Ripley will retain the women's title, and we'll see what happens with that. After that. So Rhea Ripley will pin, will retain over Asuka and Charlotte, and that's all I gotta say about that. All right, then we go to the SmackDown Women's Title, where we have Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays with her hair. She's Bianca Belair. So we got the EST of WWE, your SmackDown Women's Champion, in her first defense of the title, and she faces former SmackDown Women's Champion, and that is Bayley. Don't give me a hug. So, like I said, so that's that. So this should be a piece of cake for Bianca. Over the last couple weeks, after Bianca beats Sasha Banks, the Buffs, for the belt on night one in the main event, which was a big thing. She got her WrestleMania moment. Sasha got hers too. Bianca wins the SmackDown Women's title, and I thought they were going to go right into a rematch with Sasha, but Sasha, I guess, is taking time off right now after basically, enduring that match and, getting whipped in the freaking side. Oof. That's why we haven't seen her since WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to go with a rematch, but they go with the supposed number one contender, Bayley, who really didn't earn a shot. So we get this match, and Bayley coming in saying she's laughing at Bianca, blah blah blah. And then we heard last night, she's like I used to be like you, Bianca, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna beat you on Sunday, and I'm gonna reclaim my spot as a top dog in the women's division, and get back my belt that I held for 381 days. And nobody's gonna stop me, blah blah blah. I'm gonna be the EST of WWE. And then Bianca's like, this will probably be the shortest match of my career. I'm gonna beat you easy, and that's that. Then they had that brawl they had the week before where Bayley almost ripped off Bianca's ear. Bianca's like, I'm gonna kick your ass, blah blah blah. So we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, it's gonna be a short match. I would think it's gonna be like 10 minutes tops, 8 to 10 minutes tops. But Bianca Belair's got this in the bag. I think she's gonna, beat Bayley with the KOD, or probably use her head and whip the crap out of her. So Bianca's gonna retain in her first defense. Bayley's gonna go back to mid-card hell, and we'll see what happens. So Bianca will beat Bayley, and then probably after that, either she'll probably start a feud with Carmella, or maybe was supposed to be this week was the debut of Mia Yim, but I guess they cut that off again, and probably have it maybe this Friday night on SmackDown, but we'll see. So they can go with Carmella next, or they can go with Mia Yim, depending if Mia Yim's gonna be heel or face. Coming out of Retribution. So who knows at this point what's going to happen with the next challenger for Bianca Belair's title? Probably be Carmella, I would think. Because it can't be Natalya, can't be Tamina, because they won the SmackDown. They won the women's tag team titles last night, and everybody's all happy and everything. So the only logical people left right now is Carmella, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan. I can't see that. And 3 boring as fuck matches. Or you have Mia Yim. It's either between Carmella and Mia Yim at this point. Unless, the rumor that Zelina Vega might be coming back. If she does, when she does come back, put her on SmackDown and put her right in the program with with Bianca until Sasha comes back. We might be at Money in the Bank. But before Money in the Bank, she'll insert herself. She's like, I'm back. I want to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. She wins a qualifying match, or she gets put in. Like a surprise entrant, kind of like what Brock Lesnar was a couple years ago when he won Money in the Bank, which is the strangest thing I ever, one of the most shocking Money in the Bank winners. Brock Lesnar wins Money in the Bank, and then he cashed in right after that. So that's what I think is going to happen with Sasha. Either she's going to come back on SmackDown and either try to coerce Adam Pearce to put her in the Money in the Bank ladder match, or get a qualifying match. She wins the qualifying match, and she gets put in, and she wins. She'll win Money in the Bank, and then somehow, some way, she'll either cash in. She'll cash in on Bianca after she gets beat up by somebody, or she just actually cashes in. She's like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna cash in right now. Like, kind of like what RVD did when he won Money in the Bank. He actually announced that to Cena he was gonna cash in at ECW One Night Stand 2005, I believe. or 2006. I forget which one it was. Which I was at it, so it doesn't matter. So that's what's probably going to happen. So after Bianca gets done with Bayley, probably her next challenger would probably be Carmella. Get done with Carmella, and then after that, Sasha comes back, wins the Money in the Bank match, and either Bianca goes to her next challenger, which would probably be Mia Yim or maybe somebody else. Maybe can't be Nia. Well, it can't be Nia or Shayna because they're on Raw, so that's not gonna happen. So after Carmella, probably be Mia Yim, and then somewhere in between, maybe Sasha will cash in, or after Bianca gets done with Carmella, then gets done beating the crap out of Mia Yim. There's your next challenger, probably be for SummerSlam. Bianca and Sasha could have their rematch at SummerSlam, and Sasha will probably get it back for the second time as SmackDown Women's Champion, 6 or 7 time overall. And then either you bring Io Shirai up or somebody from NXT up to put them on SmackDown, so you have people that can actually go for the SmackDown title, whether it be Bianca holding it or Sasha holding it, or maybe Bayley gets it back, or whenever Becky comes back, where she's on Raw, she's on SmackDown, or God forbid the draft comes up later this year, they can have somebody go for the SmackDown belt, whoever has it by that time. Women's division sucks on the main roster right now. There's no Becky's nowhere to be found right now. I don't know when she's coming back. Ronda Rousey's pregnant, so we probably won't see her until next year, if at all. And other than that, Selena Vega's supposedly coming back. We don't know if she's going to be on Raw or SmackDown. I personally would have her on SmackDown to fill that the spot on the SmackDown roster. We'll see. They can bring up Io Shirai, put her on SmackDown or Raw. We'll see. They can maybe bring up Candice LeRae. They can bring up Indy Hartwell. They can bring up Ember. Maybe Ember Moon can get brought up again. Shotzi can go up, because I don't think Raquel Gonzalez is going to go up anytime soon. Probably be next year, maybe. Maybe Mercedes Martinez, though they kind of brought up to the main roster as part of Retribution. If she's on there maybe once or twice on Raw, and that was it. She was only there for for a little bit, and that was it. They put her back down to NXT. So you're gonna need some women to fight for the belts, and I don't know who's gonna be. Is it gonna be the freaking merry-go-round, hot potato? Who's gonna be champions? Are we gonna get the same fucking matches every over the next 6 months, 7 months? What's gonna fucking happen with this fucking women's division? I don't know. The next the rest of the year, I don't know. Who's gonna be champion at this point? Charlotte could win it back on Raw. Nobody will care. They give it back to Asuka. That'll be good. Hopefully, they can have a monster run with Asuka again. Well, it goes between Asuka and Charlotte, and then Rhea Ripley will get it back somehow. Like they play hot potato with that until Becky comes back, or Io comes up to the main roster. And on SmackDown, they'll probably have hot potato between Sasha, Bianca, and possibly, they give it to, Selena Vega, they give it to Bayley. That's it. There's only 3 women that can probably get that belt. And then they'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, oh, we're bored. It is what it is. The same thing with the women's tag team belts. I mean, Serena and Natalya have it. That's great. I think they're gonna hold it for a while, but there's really 3 tag teams there. Naomi and Lana were boring as fuck. The Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott, boring as fuck. And Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, boring as fuck. And then you got, Nia and Shayna, who are probably going to be breaking up. Who knows? So really, the women's tag division is a joke. Probably got Natalya and Tamina hold it for like a year or two. Until, they get more women and you can form tag teams somehow. Or they bring up Candice and Indy, either Candice and Indy Hartwell, or they bring up Ember and Shotzi and put them in, keep them as a tag team, bring them up to the main roster, and go for the women's tag team belts. And right now in NXT, you basically got Ember and Shotzi and Candice and Indy going out after the NXT women's tag team titles. That's that. Unless you have Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai team up again, but it looks like Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai are going to be breaking up pretty soon. And Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are going to start a feud over the NXT women's title after, Raquel just runs roughshod through the fucking roster. And then the only possible one to beat her is either it's probably going to be Dakota Kai. So I can't see Tegan Nox whenever she comes back from from another knee injury. When she comes back, I don't think she's going to be the one to dethrone Raquel Gonzalez. It's probably going to be Dakota Kai at this point, but we'll see. And Dakota Kai will probably hold it until Tegan Nox comes back, and then Tegan Nox will probably be the next one, be the one that dethrone her because they really haven't ended that feud. But we'll see what happens with that, with the women's division on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Because you got a lot of women in NXT. You got Zoe Stark, you got Saray, Mercedes Martinez, Candice, Indy, Ember, Shotzi. You don't have to put them in tag teams. You got a big roster for the women. Maybe you could put Scarlett Bordeaux could have a match and win the NXT world title, NXT women's title. We'll maybe see the in-ring debut of Scarlett Bordeaux. You never know. So I don't know what's going to be happening with the women's division in WWE after this pay-per-view. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll find out as we get there. So like I said, Rhea Ripley will win the retain the Raw Women's Championship over Asuka and Charlotte. And for the SmackDown Women's title, I got something in my mouth. I can't get it out. That's what she said. I got Bianca Belair to easily beat Bayley. Probably a 5 to 8 minute match. It's gonna be really short, but it is what it is. All right. So I did that. I did that match, and I did that. All right. Then we get to what I think is probably gonna be the last two matches of the night. So let's get into it. For the WWE Championship and a triple threat match, we got Bobby Lashley, almighty Bobby Lashley, with MVP at ringside, taking on the number one contenders, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman, who earned his way into the match by beating, I believe he beat Drew to get into this match. So this is going to be a hard-hitting match between these three behemoths. Over the last couple weeks, we saw Braun Strowman get the triple in the triple threat match, and last week we saw Braun Strowman against Bobby Lashley, and Braun, I think he beat Bobby Lashley. I forget. Then last week we had. Oh no, Bobby Lashley beat Drew McIntyre, and then last week we saw Drew McIntyre against Bobby Lashley, and then Braun Strowman beat the crap out of both of them, standing tall. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley to win. I think this is his first official defense of the WWE title. Not a one-on-one, but we'll see what happens. So I doubt that Bobby Lashley is going to lose to Drew McIntyre. You know, there's rumors that Drew McIntyre might win, and then he starts a program with Jinder Mahal. And Jinder might get the belt. That we don't want to see that. Another boring 6-month reign as WWE champion, like he did a couple years ago, before he lost the belt to AJ Styles. That is. So I can't see Drew winning here. I don't want to see Drew win for the third time. Braun Strowman winning. I mean, they could do that and then have a rematch at Money in the Bank. But I don't know. I doubt that. So I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley to retain. I think he will pin Drew McIntyre again, and Braun will look strong, and then he'll want a one-on-one match with Bobby Lashley. And they'll probably have it either on Raw or they'll probably have it at Money in the Bank. And then that's it, because there's really no challengers for Bobby Lashley right now on Raw besides Drew and Braun. I mean, who else are you going to have on Raw? Nobody. You got nobody. They're not bringing Brock Lesnar in because Brock's stuck in Canada right now with the travel restrictions that's still going on with this fucking virus. So, not going to be Brock that we all thought was going to be at SummerSlam. So, who knows? And I believe Brock did an interview and said he doesn't want to face Bobby Lashley. So, the dream match we all want may or may not happen. So, who can you put in as, the next challenger for Bobby? Is it going to be Braun or is it going to be somebody else? It could be Damian Priest. I would put Damian Priest right there. I mean, what, you got to put Sheamus there? Going to make him lose the United States belt to Mansoor or somebody else? You can't put Randy Orton in because he's doing a program with Riddle in RK Bro, and they're going to be future tag team champions. You can't do that at the moment. There'll be nobody else. And I'm going to be Shelton Benjamin because he's still in the thing with Cedric Alexander, so that's not gonna happen. I don't know. It's either going to be Damian Priest or, God forbid, Jinder Mahal gets the fucking shot next. Not that he's gonna not that he's gonna win. I hope. I mean, the WWE, they have. I mean, the main roster for most of the titles, they have no credible freaking people to freaking face the top champions for the WWE title or the Universal title. I mean, Roman doesn't have anybody lined up next. And I'll get to Roman in a second, but I mean, Bobby's gonna win this match, but who's gonna face next? Is it gonna be Braun at the next pay-per-view? Or is it going to be somebody else? I guess we're going to have to find out on Raw Monday night. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens after Sunday and what happens after Monday Night Raw this coming Monday night. And that's that. So like I said, Bobby Lashley will retain the WWE Championship, and I think Drew McIntyre will take the fall. But we'll see. And get beat. And Braun will just look strong and he'll lose in defeat, but we'll see. All right. Now, I don't know if this will be the main event, or the WWE Championship will be the main event, or most likely, I think this will be the main event for the WWE Universal Championship. We got our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, Mr. Cockfist himself, the head of the table. And with him, as always, will be, my name is Paul Heyman, and Jey Uso will be with him, the right-hand man, as he takes on the number one contender, Cesaro. Now, this has been a pretty good hype to this match. Cesaro beating Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, And then he gets the rematch with Seth Rollins, and Adam Pearce like, oh, the winner. I think it was Teddy Long said when on that throwback edition of SmackDown, he said that the winner of Cesaro and Seth Rollins will face Roman Reigns at Backlash. Cesaro won, and then over the last couple weeks, you had Cesaro, beating Jey Uso, standing tall, and then as we saw 2 weeks ago, Jimmy Uso made his return from injury, and him and Roman are not agreeing. Roman wants him to fall in line and join him and his brother Jay. Jimmy wants to be with Jay by himself. Doesn't want anything to do with Roman. He just wants his brother Jay back to go for the tag team belts. Of course, it's all about Roman. And as we saw, the last 2 weeks, after Cesaro gets a win, or he's in the ring, he gets beat up. Roman and Jay beat the crap out of him. Jimmy's looking on, not knowing what to do. And then Cesaro started coming back, beat the crap out of Roman. 2 weeks ago, he hit the neutralizer on Roman. Then he hit one on Jay, and then Jimmy tried to get involved. He gets a neutralizer. And as we saw last night, Cesaro taking on Jimmy Uso, and Jimmy had the match, won, but Roman got involved, causing disqualification. And then Roman and Jay beat down Cesaro for a little bit, and then Roman goes to Jimmy and it's like, you need to fall in line. And Jimmy's like, no, this is not about you. It's always about you. And Roman's like, it's not about me. This is what I do. This is how I put food on the table. I'm the head of the table. You must acknowledge me and shit like that. And then while they're arguing, Cesaro wakes up, beats the crap out of Jimmy Uso. And then Roman comes in for the save. He gets beat up and knocked out. Knocked out. Then Roman goes to the ramp. Paul Heyman tells him to back away, save it for Sunday. And Jimmy gets beat up, during that time. And then Jay gets a neutralizer, and then Roman's looking on, and Cesaro's telling him to, oh, come on, save your brother, come on, save your cousin, come on, let's go. And then he locks him in, and he points at him, this is gonna be you on Sunday. Then he gives Jey Uso another neutralizer and stands tall, so he can. Cesaro's like, oh, I could beat the entire bloodline at this point. And I'm going to be Universal Champion on Sunday. He has a good case for it. He could, possibility he could win it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think. Cesaro. It's great that Cesaro finally gets a world title shot, but he's probably going to get screwed on Sunday, tomorrow night. I think he's going to get screwed by Jimmy Uso. That's what's going to happen. I think Jimmy's going to come out somewhere near the middle of the match, and we'll thinking like, come in, Jimmy's going to come out, and Roman's going to get pissed and tell him, Roman's going to be in control near the end of the match, and Jimmy's just going to stand there, and not help, and then Cesaro make his comeback, and he's about to win the match, and then somewhere in between, maybe Cesaro starts beating up Jimmy Uso, I don't know, and then Jimmy Uso gets pissed, and he's like, fuck this, and he super kicks Cesaro, and then next thing you know, a spear by Roman or a Superman punch, and that's the end of the match. Roman Reigns wins the match and retains the Universal Championship. And then the next night on SmackDown, the aftermath on SmackDown, Jimmy will come out and it will acknowledge Roman as the Tribal Chief, and he'll get back with Jay, and they'll go for the tag team belts, and the Bloodlines, the Samoan Dynasty, whatever you want to call it, will just continue on. It's great storytelling by all participants in this match, especially with Roman over the last since Hell in a Cell. I mean, the whole storyline with Roman and with Paul Heyman and Jimmy finally, falling in line and being with Roman, even though he's the punching bag now. Now Jimmy coming back, he doesn't want to have anything to do with Roman. But I think tomorrow night, I think Jimmy will fall in line and he will acknowledge Roman as the tribal chief on the next SmackDown. And Cesaro, he'll get screwed. But it won't be the last time we'll see Cesaro going for the WWE title. Because I think Cesaro will get screwed, and he'll probably go to Adam Pearce or Sonya Deville and say, put me in the Money in the Bank ladder match, or somehow qualify for it. I think he'll qualify for it. Get in the match, and I think he'll win Money in the Bank. I think he deserves to win Money in the Bank. And I think he'll get his rematch with Roman, maybe at Extreme Rules or at SummerSlam, or he just cashes in on Roman. I don't know how it might happen unless the Usos turn on Roman and beat him to a pulp, and then Cesaro comes out, cashes in, and then Cesaro gets the Universal title, and everybody goes nuts because it's his first major championship in WWE. They finally pull the trigger with Cesaro, make him world champion. But then again, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, because Roman can get into a program with Seth Rollins next. I mean, I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen with Roman after this. I think he's gonna beat Cesaro. Cesaro's gonna get pissed and try to get in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, and somewhere maybe near the end of the year, he'll cash in and maybe win the Universal title. But at least look and then continue to make Roman a heel and a monster heel. But we'll see. Well, like I said, Roman doesn't have any other challenges after Cesaro at this point. Kevin Owens says, don't forget about him. So maybe he can have another feud with KO. I still think KO really should be Universal Champion. So I don't know. They could go back to that feud and have Kevin Owens win this time, but I don't think that's going to happen. Because Kevin Owens is now thrust in this Intercontinental title match on Friday Night SmackDown this coming week with Sami Zayn and Big E and Apollo Crews. So, because I don't think Kevin Owens is going to win the match. So probably after that, maybe you can put him in a match with Roman. Who knows? I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura should get a shot, but he's in this meaningless feud with Baron Corbin over the crown, and he's the king, the self-proclaimed now official king of Strong Style. So that feud is going to continue on SmackDown. So Shinsuke possibly could get a shot later on. I don't know when. But I think it's going to be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. The next thing we see. What's next for Roman? Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. But since both of them are heels, unless you turn Seth Rollins back to face, which is not a great thing, but I don't know. I doubt it's going to be Aleister Black because I think he's coming back as a heel, possibly with Zelina Vega as his manager. I don't know. I mean, there's nobody on SmackDown I see besides either Kevin Owens and maybe Shinsuke Nakamura that can be the next challengers for Roman and Cesaro. Those are the only three guys that will probably be the ones to dethrone him. Other than that, I don't see anybody, beating Roman or beating Bobby Lashley to be the savior of Raw and be the savior of SmackDown at this point. I don't. Unless they bring up Adam Cole. And I really don't want them to bring up Adam Cole. We haven't seen Adam Cole since that interview he did in that at the Capitol Wrestling Center. I think we're supposed to see him this week. I think. So I heard something that maybe he's supposed to be on. I know Ted DiBiase is going to be in on NXT inside the Capitol Wrestling Center this Tuesday. I read that. As far as Adam Cole, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what you can do with Adam Cole right now. I think Adam Cole is going to the main roster. I mean, there's nothing for him to do in NXT right now. So, just have maybe you bring up Adam Cole as a face, which I think he's better as a heel than a face, in my opinion. You could bring up Adam Cole, turn him face, go after Roman, beat Roman, and then Adam Cole holds the belt for like a year or two. And you can have a good match with Seth Rollins, you can have a good match with Cesaro, Shinsuke, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, maybe Apollo. I don't know. I mean, somebody from NXT has to come up to possibly challenge Roman. Like I said, who's next? Besides after a rematch with Cesaro. I mean, if Cesaro doesn't get the belt, if he doesn't win Money in the Bank, then it's pointless. If he wins Money in the Bank, he cashes in. Does he win or does he lose? So it's either going to be Cesaro, Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, or Kevin Owens at this point. Or maybe Big E. I don't know. I thought it was going to be Big E, this year, when he had the Intercontinental title. I thought he was going to win the Royal Rumble, face Roman for the belt at WrestleMania, beat Roman for the belt. He'll lose the Intercontinental title during that time. And then at WrestleMania, he faces Roman, beats Roman at WrestleMania. Then he holds the WWE, the Universal Championship, I should say, for a little bit. And then maybe somewhere down the line, he'll face like somebody like Apollo Crews, or face Sami Zayn, or face Kevin Owens, or Shinsuke Nakamura, or Seth Rollins. But I don't know. I really don't know what the WWE is going to do at this point with the champions and who the next challengers are going to be going forward. Because there's nobody right now. Nobody in the women's division to face Rhea Ripley besides Horseface Charlotte and Asuka until Becky comes back, or Lacey Evans comes back after she pops her baby out. That's that. On SmackDown, after Bianca just destroys Bayley in about 5 minutes, who's next? Carmella? Mia Yim? Would they bring up? They bring up Io Shirai. That's it. That's the only thing I can see. But when Sasha comes back, which will probably be either at Money in the Bank, and she wins Money in the Bank, and then either cashes in around SummerSlam time, or maybe somebody else win. Somebody else wins it. But there's nobody right now. Nobody in the women's division on Raw and SmackDown right now. Tag division is open up right now. Nobody knows who's going to win. The Mysterios are probably going to win on Sunday. And then after that, they'll have a rematch with Ziggler and Rude. And then, they'll probably, the next defense will probably be against Alpha Academy. They'll beat them. It's not going to be the Street Profits, most likely. And then the only ones left is the Usos, if when they reunite, and then the Usos are gonna win it, and you got 3 tag teams going around like in a merry-go-round. Who's gonna be next? Who's gonna fight? The Usos will probably face the Street Profits next and have a long ass feud like they did with the New Day. And on Raw, you got AJ and Omos, or the Big Black Diesel, I call him. And all the only other tag teams you got right now is the Viking Raiders, and you got RK Bro, who will probably be the next tag team champions at this point. There's no other tag teams besides the New Day. You really want to give it to the New Day for the 11th time the 12th time, whatever, how many times they held it. I don't want to see the New Day win again. It's gonna be boring. So it looks. I'm thinking. The next Raw Tag Team Championship match is gonna be between RK Bro and AJ and Omos, and I think RK Bro will win the tag team belts and then lose them to I don't know who. Because eventually, Randy's gonna get pissed off at freaking Riddle, give him an RKO to break him up after they lose the titles. And then whoever wins those titles, going to probably be facing either two teams or maybe they bring up a tag team. And if they do, it should be the Grizzled Young Veterans. I don't know. I mean, that's the only team I can think of coming up from NXT to go after those tag team belts. That's the only heel tag team. I mean, you got Legado and Fantasma, but they're going after, MSK right now. Or you bring up Imperium. That's the only two heel tag teams you could bring up from NXT to possibly go for the Raw tag team belts or the SmackDown tag team belts. Because you're not going to bring up MSK. They just won the damn fucking belts. They're going to be in NXT for another year or so. Ever Rise rules. Probably still be in NXT for another year or two. I doubt they're going to bring them up to the main roster. Ciampa and Thatcher maybe could be a possibility for Raw or SmackDown. And they're a face tag, So if AJ and Omos continue just running roughshod on Raw, you can bring either the Grizzled Young Veterans and turn them face, which is kind of a bad idea, or you bring up Thatcher and Ciampa, put them as a tag team, keep them as a tag team, and have them win the tag team belts. So other than that, nobody. Besides Legado and Fantasma, if they bring them up. But like I said, there's nobody on the WWE roster after this pay-per-view. We don't know what's next. I mean, they're not building any stars right now for the main titles. Nobody, especially even the United States title. I mean, we're going to have Sheamus and Mansoor, and Mansoor is going to be the one to beat Sheamus? No. I don't want to see that. I want somebody credible to beat Sheamus, like Damian Priest. It should be Damian Priest. That's the only one I can see right now winning the United States title. And with the Intercontinental title, they're probably going to give it to Big E, and he'll probably continue his thing with Apollo Crews for another couple months. And then after that, who do you build? Do you build Kevin Owens still? You continue with Sami Zayn, or you put Aleister Black in that picture, which I think he should. Have Big E win, hold it for a few months, and then when Aleister Black makes his debut, whenever that may be, you build him up as a monster heel, like he was when he first came in, and just have Big E lose the belt to Aleister Black. And then when Aleister Black wins, I don't know who after that. Who knows? The WWE does not build stars. I'm sorry. I mean, they kind of build them, but, they're not really building them to a possible main event slot, or United States title shot, or a tag team title shot, or Raw SmackDown women's title shot, or Intercontinental title shot. Any of the main titles, then nobody's getting. There's no stars. I'm sorry, there is no stars right now. And you think, with the main stars from NXT that could possibly come up with, which will probably be EO and Adam Cole, would they fit? I think Adam Cole should go to SmackDown. Was putting him on Raw and have him maybe go against Bobby Lashley or whoever beats Bobby Lashley at this point, I would put him on SmackDown And Io, I would put on either brand right now, either Raw or SmackDown. I would love to see Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai one-on-one. Again, I mean, the wars they had in NXT, they can relive that on the main roster on Monday Night Raw. Or you put Io on SmackDown and have her go against Bianca or Sasha. That would be great matches. But I don't know what Vince is thinking. I really don't care what Vince is thinking at this point, or what Hunter's thinking at this point. We know with call-ups from NXT, because we're not going to see Killer Cross on the main roster for another year, maybe 2 years, maybe, who knows. They could bring up Finn Balor. They could do that. I don't think they may or may not do that, because remember what happened when Finn Balor came to the main roster? Down the drain after he won the Universal title, got injured, and then got put into meaningless feuds and just misused on Raw. Then he left. He went back to NXT, won the belt from Adam Cole. We all know that. And he had great matches with Kyle O'Reilly, great match with Cole, and losing the belt to Killer Cross. Now he's getting his rematch in 2 weeks. Not on next Tuesday show, I should say. I don't think he's gonna win. And then after that, what do you do with Finn Balor? You keep him there, or you bring him back up to the main roster to possibly go for the WWE title and have another feud with Bobby Lashley. Remember how that fucking feud went over the IC belt? You do that, or you put him on SmackDown, and him going after Roman. That might be a bad idea. I think if he goes to SmackDown, throw him into the Intercontinental title picture. Let him win it again. Let him beat Big E. Let him beat Apollo Crews or whoever holds that belt by that time. You can do the same thing with Adam Cole. You don't have to put him in the main you don't have to thrust Adam Cole to the world title, the WWE or Universal title right now. You put Adam Cole, you bring him up, you push him to the moon, and I think the first thing you should do is, if they're not going to bring the entire, they're not going to reform the Undisputed Era, which they should have kept them. They shouldn't have broke them up. They should have just kept them there and then bring them up, bring the entire faction up, put them on SmackDown. And you can have Roddy and Bobby Fish going after the Intercontinental title and going after the tag team belts, because you need tag teams. You can have Roddy going after the Intercontinental title. You have Adam Cole can go after the Intercontinental title, or thrust him, in the world title, in the Universal title picture, and then continue to have the faction as bring back the prophecy of the Undisputed Era, have them win, all the belts. Adam Cole wins the Universal title, Bobby Fish and Kyle win the tag team belts, and you have Roddy win the Intercontinental title. But you broke them up, which was a stupid idea. Thank you, Paul. Idiot. Now Roddy's, he quit. Emphasis on quit NXT. Regal said, we'd love to have you back, but I think Roddy's taking some time off right now, storyline wise. I don't think, he actually quit the WWE. I really don't think so. I don't know if it's about his contract. I really don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't think he did. I think Roddy, it's a storyline. He quit, and he's going to come back somehow when they bring up, Adam Cole, and they might bring up Kyle maybe in a year or so with Bobby Fish. Reunite them as Red Dragon. Let them win the SmackDown and Raw tag team belts. Then possibly you bring up Roddy. Roddy comes back. You put him on Raw or SmackDown to join up with Kyle and Bobby. You have 3/4 of the faction there, and then Adam Cole you bring up Adam Cole. Adam Cole's there, and then you see him getting beat up and everything. And next thing you know, Roddy's coming down. He helps Adam Cole out, and Adam's like, "I'm sorry, blah blah blah, and this and that, And then Kyle and Bobby Fish be the next ones, to get beat up, and then we see, Roddy and Adam as a tag team, maybe. They come out, they see Kyle and Bobby Fish getting beat down by, like, maybe, I don't know who, maybe the Usos or something like that. They come out, they save them, and then, like, all four of them in the ring, and we don't know what's going to happen. They might beat up each other. Everybody's like, what's going to happen? This happens in front of a crowd? That would be awesome. The reuniting of the Undisputed Era in front of fans. I don't know when. If it does happen, I would love to have it at WrestleMania. Not next year, maybe the year after that. Or maybe they might, it could happen at WrestleMania 38. Who knows? I would have it at WrestleMania 39, or maybe at SummerSlam, because they kind of, we had the formation of the Undisputed Era when Adam Cole debuted in 2017 at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn during SummerSlam weekend. They could, we could see the Undisputed Era reunite, where they came into NXT at SummerSlam, during SummerSlam weekend. It'll be next year, or maybe the year after that. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just thinking ahead. I'm trying to think ahead. I'm trying to give Vince ideas. I'm trying to give you ideas, Vince, Paul, Stephanie, Bruce. I'm trying to give you fucking ideas. To build people for these major titles. Bring up Io, put her on Raw SmackDown. So we don't have to see the same fucking matches every fucking week on Raw and SmackDown. Or on pay-per-view. Bring up Candice and Indy as a tag team. Bring up Ember and Shotzi as a tag team. You don't have to, put them as a tag team for now. Then, while they're as a tag team, they go for, the Raw or SmackDown Women's title. You can bring up Mercedes Martinez if you want. You're not going to bring up Raquel Gonzalez. Like I said, she's got like another year or so in NXT before you bring her up. And then her go roughshod on Raw or SmackDown. Dakota Kai, the same thing. She's going to be there another year or so before you bring her up. After they go, I don't know who's going to be the next star in NXT besides maybe Zoe Stark or maybe Toni Storm. I don't know. Or maybe Saray. Who knows? Because they got to start building stars when they eventually, go up to the main roster. There's no way you're not going to get it. Tessa Blanchard, so I doubt she's coming to the WWE. She's not coming to AEW at this point. I don't know what's going on with Tessa Blanchard at this point. So, I think it's time that, after this pay-per-view, I think, Vince, Hunter, Shawn Michaels, that is, Stephanie and Bruce and Vince, they're all in a big room, and they just have a big meeting. Like, okay, what are we going to do now? Who are we going to build up for these titles over the next 6.5 months before this year ends? Who are we going to build up, before, if God forbid, we have another draft? Who are we going to build up for these titles? To face a Bobby Lashley, to face, a Roman Reigns. And for the tag team belts and the Intercontinental title, and the United States title, Raw, SmackDown, women's titles, the women's tag team belts. Not that anybody cares about that, but I mean, really. And I'm not even going to mention the fucking 24/7 title that fucking R-Truth has, and we haven't seen segments with that. I'm glad we haven't. It's boring as, that belt is boring anyway, so. They should just fucking retire that goddamn Olive Garden title that R-Truth has. And we haven't even seen R-Truth on Raw or SmackDown. And I'm glad with that. I don't want to see him. I'm glad he's on Raw Talk with Kevin whatever his name is, Kevin McCarthy, whatever the fuck his name is. You know, I want to see him on my TV. I really don't. Just let him just be, on Raw Talk. That's it. Or just strip him of the title and just come out on Raw, SmackDown the next time you're on live TV, you come out, you strip him of the title on live TV, and you go outside and blow it up. This is a worthless fucking belt. Kind of like the women's tag team belts. But it's pointless right now. Until the eventual return of the Bella Sluts, because they're coming back, probably at SummerSlam. And then they're going to hold it. And then maybe we'll get that dream match between the Bella Sluts and Lita and Trish. 40-year-old Trish Stratus and 40-something-year-old Lita. They win the tag team belts, and then they'll just lose them. Because they're not going to be there for long. I mean, they win the belts. Who are they going to lose to? Or they'll win them and retire. I mean, they're already kind of retired. They're retired, but I mean, they'll come back for that one match with the Bellas, maybe at WrestleMania 38. You have them win, and then what do? I'm thinking of ideas. That actually does happen. The Bellas could probably just hold it for eternity. We'll never have them lose. And Eva Marie's back on Raw. Or you're gonna have Rhea Ripley face Eva Marie? Boring! And God forbid that pink. Now she's not redhead anymore. She's pink now. It's like a pinkish maroon hair she has now. God forbid Eva Marie wins the Raw Women's Championship. God forbid. That'll be the death of the Raw Women's Championship, and probably the death of women's wrestling in the WWE. Not of NXT, but of Raw and SmackDown. I'm talking about. If Eva Marie wins that damn belt, and thank God she wasn't the one to defeat Asuka, when she was in NXT. Thank the Lord she didn't beat Asuka when she was in NXT. But now she's back. And they're going to push her to the moon. And we're probably going to see on a pay-per-view on Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley taking on Eva Marie. And like I said, God forbid, Rhea loses to Eva Marie. And Eva Marie is the Raw Women's Champion in the next couple months. God forbid that. I would not even give two shits. I'd be like, Eva Marie's the champion. They buried Rhea Ripley. She's done. Rhea Ripley's going to Titus Catering after that. That's it. I mean, God forbid she wins. I would. The first person that she defends against, I hope would beat her. I don't even care if it's Asuka at this point. Asuka's 39. She is 39 years old. So I don't know how much time she might have left, in WWE at this point. I don't even know what her contract status is, to be honest with you. She's not winning she's not winning tomorrow night. That's for sure. Unless the WWE swerves us all and Asuka wins the belt again. Because I don't want to see Charlotte with another meaningless title reign. And just having her get rammed down our throat. Because that's what Andrade does. Oh, shit. It is what it is. And Andrade is about to get signed by AEW. He's going to AEW to start his feud with Kenny. Over the next couple of months, leading into their match at Triple Mania for the AAA Mega Championship, and then the rematch, which is probably going to happen either on Dynamite or at All Out for the AEW World Title. I think Kenny's probably gonna either lose the AAA title, and then the rematch would probably be for the AAA title at All Out, and he'll lose that. But I mean, really, Kenny doesn't need that belt. I mean, they're pushing him to the moon anyway. Yeah, they're pushing Kenny. Kenny's probably gonna win the IWGP belt next, or the Ring of Honor title. I don't know. I mean, the doors, that forbidden door is not fully open, but it's open. Now, he was in Baltimore last time he did a video on Instagram, I think it was. He was in Baltimore to visit a bodybuilder friend of his. I thought he was in town to, possibly invade Ring of Honor. Go after Roosh and beat the crap out of him, win the Ring of Honor title, add that to his collection. Then he goes to fucking Japan, beats Will Ospreay in the dream match we all want, wins that belt to have possibly could have 6 belts by the end of the year. It could be another Ultimo Dragon. It could be another Great Muta. It could be another Austin Aries to have every. Well, you think of the the tag belts. With the Hardy Boys when they went on their expedition of gold. Yes. Now when they held every fucking tag team belt, culminating with the WWE Raw tag team belts. But where is Matt Hardy now? In AEW, and Jeff Hardy's about to go because they're burying Jeff Hardy at this point. I don't know why. I mean, it's nothing for him to do. Why can't you put Jeff Hardy? He's on Raw right now, right? Why don't you put Jeff Hardy against Bobby Lashley and have him beat Bobby Lashley? Have him have one final world title run before he goes to AEW because his contract's about to end soon. Have him win the world title, hold it for like a month or 2, and then he loses it, probably back to Lashley or somebody, and then Jeff leaves WWE. His contract ends. He makes a shocking appearance on Dynamite. If Matt Hardy's in the ring or something, then we hear, the lights go out and then they come back on. We see Jeff Hardy in the ring, either as Jeff Hardy, dude, or Willow, or Brother Nero. That would be awesome. He comes back as Brother Nero or Willow. That would be awesome. Or he comes back as, like I said, if he comes back as himself, we all know what's going to happen. Him and Jeff and Matt are going to reunite and go against maybe the Bucks. And they'll beat the Bucks again, get the AEW World Tag Team titles, and then that's it. That's all they can do right now. And then they'll retire as AEW Tag Team Champions. They've won every freaking title, every tag title right now. I think except the New Japan titles. I don't think they won the New Japan titles. I don't think they ever went to Japan. I don't think they will go to Japan, but we never know. But I don't think they will because Matt Hardy's in his 40s right now. Jeff's around the same age. They got kids, I mean, Rebby Sky's about to pop that baby out pretty soon. Their 4th kid. God knows. I mean, no disrespect to Rebby, but I mean, I think it's after this one, that's it. That's it. Don't even open your legs for Matt. I mean, you still could, but I mean, if Matt gets a vasectomy or whatever, like the Miz did. I mean, Miz finished at 2, and that's it. Even though he wants a boy, but as we saw on the last Miz and Mrs., which I think is tomorrow night, they're gonna have that. He's going for a vasectomy. I don't know if he had it or he did. I don't know. I gotta watch the episode tomorrow night to see if he did or not. But if he saying he did, that's that. So you could have after Rebby pops out baby number 4, which is a girl this time. After that, I think, cut it off, cut it out. That's it. Done. I don't want to see, I don't want to hear that Rebby got pregnant again and you're going to have baby number 5. I mean, Matt Hardy's loaded. He could have like 25 kids. You know how freaking, loose freaking Rebby Hardy is, but it is what it is. No disrespect or anything, but, I know you got a lot of money. You could have as many fucking kids as you want, but, if I'm Rebby Hardy, I'm like, I don't want to pop out another kid. Ugh. I mean, really, come on. Put a cap on it, guys, please. I mean, if I had a hot-ass smoking wife like Rebby Hardy, I could probably just have 2 with maybe 3 kids at most. If I'm like rich like Matt Hardy is, probably pop out 3 and I'm done. I'm like, I'm not going to have another kid. Much as I want, if I have 2 girls, that's, that'd be all right and everything, but, I want a boy, so hopefully I'll do my best to pop out a fucking boy. And if I get another girl, I'm like, all right, that's it, I'm done. I'm not even going to try anymore. But, I think at this point, Rebby and Matt Hardy should just stop. They can have all the sex they want, but, hopefully, Rebby doesn't get pregnant again. After she pops this baby out, God forbid, just end it. Stop. Vasectomy. Cut it. Just cut it off, and that's it. I cut off his dick. I'm like, just end it. Don't even have another baby. As much as Bart, and Wolfie, and Maxwell, they're gonna have a baby sister. They don't like. Maxwell's the oldest. What is he? 5, I think. 4 or 5 years old. And Wolfie's like 2 or 3. Wolfie, I think, is 1. I think is just about 2. Gonna have this baby. Let them grow up, and then maybe let them grow up, and then if they when they're like 12 years old, they're in their teens. They come up to mommy and daddy like, I want another kid. I want to have a little sister. You have a sister. He's 12. You want another kid? Come on. Get out of here. Shut up. I mean, you can't. I mean, really. I mean, they had Maxwell, and then like maybe a year after that, they had Wolfie, and then maybe 6 to 12 months after that, they had Bart, Bartholomew, and then after that, they're having a girl. I don't even know what the name of it's going to be at this point. Could be Rebecca. I don't know. Named after Rebby. But I don't know. But really, that's all I can say about that. Like I said, going, with Matt and Jeff, Jeff should just, finish his WWE career with maybe one more title reign, maybe a world title reign to end his career in WWE, goes into the Hall of Fame with Matt as the Hardy Boys. I think they're going as a tag team first, and then maybe years after that, they're going as a separate entity, but who knows? And then Jeff will go to either retire or go to AEW, and they'll have for the final time, we have a final run with the Hardys. They'll face the Bucks one last time, win the AEW tag team belts, and then that'll be it. Matt will be with his 4 or possibly 5 kids. Who knows? With him and Rebby. Jeff will be with his wife and kids. They'll retire. They'll go in the Hall of Fame. And if AEW has a Hall of Fame, they'll go in the Hall of Fame there. That's it. Jeff Hardy should just finish his career in WWE, go to AEW, win the tag team belts, or maybe be world champion in the AEW world champion. Who knows? But that's it. But like I said, going back to my original point, the WWE needs to build stars. They have to. At this point, in the next year or two, are we going to see the same fucking people? If they don't bring up Adam Cole or Io Shirai anytime soon? So I can tell you right now, and when they finally do, they're not gonna bring anybody. They might not bring anybody up till WrestleMania. They don't bring up Io and Adam in the next 6 months. Or they'll save them for WrestleMania 38. You know, the Raw after WrestleMania 38. Who knows at this point? I really don't know. They gotta build stars. I'm tired of seeing the same freaking people get fucking title shots that they don't even fucking deserve. Like Charlotte. You know? Same fucking matches. No stars in the Intercontinental title picture. You know, any of the title pictures is like maybe you have 3 or 4 people that could possibly go for the belts. It is what it is. I mean, I can't. I mean, at least in TNA they got stars that you can move around. For the major titles. AEW the same thing. New Japan the same thing. Ring of Honor they're doing this. They have people that you can build up to go after those major titles. I mean, they're doing it with the 6-man tag team titles. That's great. Shane Taylor. He's looking at prospects to go after the 6-man tag team belts. And I'm glad they're bringing back the Survival of the Fittest tournament in November this year. I can't wait for that. Because they're going to have a lot of people there that can possibly, that can go and win that tournament and get a title shot. Maybe at a Final Battle or whatever. And I'm glad there's going to be a Final Battle this year. So there wasn't one last year. Which sucked. And CCW might be coming back. We could get I'm praying and hoping CCW comes back in the summertime or early fall, and we can get Cage of Death. I don't even know what number is up to now. I think 21, 22. I forget. It's been a while since we've seen Cage of Death. But the last one was 2019, before this fucking virus hit. We didn't see Final Battle last year. When this virus happened in Japan, I mean, you had the G1, then you had Power Struggle, you had all the events after that, leading up to Wrestle Kingdom. So you don't have to worry about Japan at the moment, even though they had a scare in Japan, they had to cancel a couple of shows, but I think they're coming back at the end of this month because the G1's coming up soon, so they have to get an event. It's some events leading up to the G1 in July. So I don't know what's happening in Japan at the moment, but we'll see. So they're not going to cancel. They are not canceling the G1. They can't. They can't. Unless you bring the G1 to the United States, which they were thinking of doing. Because I think they're going to be doing. It might be this year. I don't know. But that's that. But thankfully, this fucking virus is slowly ending, so we can see the major stuff, especially in Ring of Honor and possibly if CCW's coming back. We can see Final Battle 2021, hopefully in New York City. Hopefully, I'm hoping it will be. I think it will. I'm not predicting it, but I think it will be this year, if it's not in Baltimore, because everything else is in Baltimore at this point. I don't know what the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view is. They haven't really announced anything right now. But, I would think, also Extravaganza might be coming up soon. Glory by Honor, Death Before Dishonor might be coming soon. And then, just start leading up to Final Battle, which is going to be happening this year. Hopefully with fans, and hopefully in New York City. I would love to fucking go to it. I miss Ring of Honor. I haven't been to a Ring of Honor show since, since I think Final Battle 2019. No, what was Final Battle in New York in 2019? I don't even remember, actually. Damn. I think no. I know they came to New York in 2019. I think it was either Final Battle or it was Manhattan Mayhem. Manhattan Mayhem 8. I think it was the last Ring of Honor show I went to. I could be wrong, but I don't remember actually. Because the last show I went to at the Hammerstein Ballroom was the New Japan show they had when they were in 3 different cities. They went to Toronto, and then they came to New York City. Then they went to Philadelphia after that, and I met Ibushi, and I sat in the second. I think what did I sit in the second balcony? I think I sat in the first or second balcony because I couldn't get ringside seats because it was so very expensive. Cat's going nuts. That's all I really gotta say about that, man. So hopefully, praying that Ring of Honor comes back to New York City by the end of the year at the Hammerstein Ballroom with Final Battle. Probably not gonna get ringside seats unless I can possibly get maybe a 5th row seat for like 60 to 80, maybe at most $80 with fees. Probably near $100. But we'll see what happens with that. Maybe a New Japan show will be coming later this year. Well, probably won't. I may or may not be this year. Maybe be next year. But I would love for Ring of Honor TV to be coming. Do some tapings in New York City soon, if they have it at all. I would love to go to Ring of Honor. If they might do it in the Hammerstein Ballroom. I would love to bring it back old school style, go to the Grand Ballroom. Then maybe I really don't care where I sit in the Grand Ballroom. I'd rather sit ringside, but it's going to cost like $150, maybe $200 to sit ringside for that. But, if I have to sit in the balcony of the Grand Ballroom or the balcony of the Hammerstein Ballroom, get my Ring of Honor fix. I miss it. I miss New Japan coming into New York City too. Whether it be at the Hammerstein Ballroom or, if they go back to they get the Madison Square Garden. You don't have to probably sit in God's country to watch all that shit. Like back in the day, when I was ringside for like every time that Ring of Honor came to New York, I was there ringside, or at least close to ringside. So, because it didn't cost an arm and a leg as it is right now. It is what it is. Yeah. And most of those shows back from like 2000 and I think 2012 up until maybe 2015, maybe early 2016. I was somewhere around that ring. And Manhattan Mayhem, I was like 5th row, right on the rail, right near the entranceway. If you have it on DVD, I'm right there. But tickets don't cost cheap anymore, unless you go to AEW where they charge like $30. I don't know for ringside, but I don't know if it's just for general admission or just ringside. If it's for ringside, I'm there. I'll pay $30 with fees to sit ringside for AEW. But I'm just making conversation, but it is what it is. I'm getting close to 2 hours. It's 1:40 in the morning. I'm about to finish this up, edit it up. Maybe stay up for another couple minutes, grab a late night snack, and then go to bed. Because I got a lot of cleaning to do tomorrow. We got Backlash tomorrow night. The Met game tomorrow. Don't forget, we started the Met game tonight. Fucking Mets fucking win 7 in a row. Should have won 8 in a row last night. Fucking Rojas keeps Peterson in, and he fucking ran out of gas after giving up the home run, making it 2-1. Keeps him in. If we can keeps him in to give up the lead, and then they lost it in the 9th inning. They should have won. In a game they should have won. It should have been winning 8 in a row right now. They should have won last night, be on an 8-game winning streak, and they had the game pretty much in hand today. They were up 4-1 in the 4th inning. They bring in that bum Lucchese, proceeds to just fuck up because he can't fucking pitch. Ties the game at 4. They bring in what's his name, Reed Foley, who doesn't do any better. Makes it 6-4, and Lindor with his Chia Pet hair color hits a home run, making it 6-5. And I'm thinking, maybe I think they might come from behind again, and they win in the 9th. But what happens is 6-5, and then I forget who was pitching at the time, and then La Familia, which is Spanish for I gave up 6 runs. He comes in, gives up 6 goddamn runs, and they lose 12-5 today. And they're probably out of first place at this point. I'll check, but let me check the scoreboard, see if the Mets. I know the Phillies were losing 1-0 when last time I saw it. Excuse me. Well, it looks like the Mets are still in first place. Yeah, thankfully shut up. Thankfully, the Phillies lost, so the Mets are still in first place by a half game over the Los Phillies de Philadelphia. So it's going to be that way for a while, for the next, every time the Mets, even this fucking winning streak, they won 7 in a row, the Phillies kept winning, so they couldn't build that lead. And JD's fucking Braves are on, in the rearview mirror. They're 2 games out now. I think it's gonna, the way this season is going, it could be a 3-team fight for the NL East title between the Braves, the Mets, and the Phillies. And I think it's gonna come down to the last game of the season. And hopefully the Mets, have a comfortable lead and not have to worry about it. But their bullpen just fucking imploded again. They did so good during that 7-game winning streak, and then last night they gave the game up, and today they just couldn't pitch, even with Alonso hitting a home run, and Lindor hitting a home run, and Peraza hitting a home run today. The only good thing about the Mets today was, besides those 3 guys hitting home runs and at least keeping the game close at 6-5, the bullpen fucking imploded. And Drew Smith started because it was the opener, because they had an extra slot, since the Degrominator is still on the injured list for another couple of days. They have a 4-man rotation. Stroman, Walker, Peterson, opener. Whether it be Tommy Hunter, whether it be Drew Smith, or whether it be that bum Lucchese, you should freaking be DFA'd right now. Go back to fucking, go to the minors. I don't care where the hell you go. Go to Syracuse, or go to whatever minor league system they have, except for Brooklyn. Don't let them come here. I mean, go to Brooklyn, I should say. Don't let them pitch for Brooklyn. Right now, the Cyclones look pretty good. Brett Beatty got his first Cyclones home run, first professional home run. And then they had the debut of Jake Hager. Not that Jake Hager. Not, Jack Swagger Jake Hager. You know what I mean? We the people. Jake Hager made his Mets debut today, wearing number 86, how fitting. Hit the ball hard to end the game, but it is what it is. So, yeah. Mets have lost 2 in a row. They're still in first place, barely. And they lost this series against Tampa Bay, but that was kind of expected. So because Tampa Bay is kind of a pretty good team, and then they got the Braves coming up next. You know, at this point with this 4-man rotation, they'll probably get swept by the Braves, and KD will laugh at me, laughing at me with the fucking Braves and going completely nuts with the Braves. Mets will probably be out of first place by then. Probably back in the third or maybe fourth place at this point. Who knows? And then they got Miami next weekend. Miami's a pain in the ass. And hopefully by next weekend we get DeGrom back, but who knows? He hasn't had a bullpen session, and he might have him go for a rehab assignment before he comes back. I don't think they should rush him back. I think you should maybe go for a rehab assignment, maybe have a start or two, and come back in the beginning of either the end of May or June or start of June. And then eventually you're going to get Carrasco back, probably in June or July, maybe by the All-Star break or after the All-Star break. Syndergaard's coming back soon to bolster that rotation. Seth Lewis coming back to bolster that bullpen. The Mets might be deadly coming into June and getting into the All-Star break and possibly, for the second half, barring a major injury. And who knows if they get somebody, in during the trade deadline. Who may that be? It might be Chris Bryant at this point. I don't know. And when Carrasco and Syndergaard come back, who's the odd guys out? Be Walker. It's going to be either Walker or Peterson at this point. I think it's probably going to be Peterson. He's probably going to be in the bullpen as a long reliever, and you're going to have a rotation of DeGrom, Syndergaard, Carrasco, Stroman, and Walker. And that's what I can see happening. Going into the latter part of the first half and going into the second half after the All-Star break. I think the Met rotation will be pretty deadly at this point, depending what Carrasco does and Syndergaard do, when they make their return. And if Stroman, after these last two games where he pitched pretty good, Walker pitched 2 great games the last 2 games he pitched. And DeGrom coming off missing a start, pitched 6 great innings, five straight good innings. And then he came out after that, and they put him on the injury list after that. So when he comes back, I think he'll go back to DeGrominating people at this point. But when they get Carrasco and Syndergaard back, they can, get back, if Syndergaard can get back to what he pitched in 2015 and it would be 2016, him and DeGrom 1-2 again, that's tough. And Stroman pitching like he was early this year. And Walker. And then you have Carrasco, who pitched like he did in Cleveland. That rotation will be fucking deadly. And if the fucking hitting can get going, Lindor goes completely nuts. Alonso heats up. Conforto heats up. And the other guys heat up, like Pilar and Villar or VR, whatever this fuck his name is, or or the Squirrel McNeil or Nimmo gets back, gets hot again. I think the Mets could be pretty freaking scary. If they go on a big run, they make the playoffs. I wouldn't want to be anybody in the playoffs facing the Mets. Especially if they stay healthy and they like I said, they go on a monster winning streak and a monster run going into the second half, going into the playoffs. They win the NL East. I wouldn't want to face the Mets with that rotation and that bullpen. If the bullpen can be pretty good, with Lugo coming back and La Familia and Diaz. And Castro. That bullpen could be pretty fucking a big piece for the Mets if they, they get red hot. And, they get in the playoffs and you have that rotation just went berserk. It goes berserk. In the going into the second half, they go berserk and they just pitch fucking gems and stuff. The Grom just goes berserk. Syndergaard goes berserk. I mean, you can't stop the Mets with that rotation. They go in the playoffs. I'm going to want to beat anybody else facing the Mets in the the NLDS or if they get to the National League Championship Series. That rotation could possibly get the Mets to a World Series if they stay healthy and they kick some ass and the bullpen doesn't implode. But we'll see. They look pretty, Uncle Steve. He's made the Mets. He wants to make the Mets contenders. The Will Puns are gone, and he wants them. The fans. They got a new owner. He's gonna get things done. That's why he got Lindor for $340 million. He got McCann. He's not really producing much. Lindor's not doing the same thing. He's batting 190, 185, 190 at this point right now. But I think he's going to get hot. I think Lindor's going to get hot. Conforto's going to get hot. Alonso's going to be smacking balls over the fucking fence like he did in his rookie season. He hit 53, 54 home runs. The ball was juiced back then. Now it's not the same ball now. It's less juiced, I think, now. Who knows what the fucking baseball right now? I don't know. But you get those guys hot. You get the rotation hot, and you get the bullpen just lights out. The Mets, the Mets could be pretty goddamn dangerous going into the playoffs. And I wouldn't want to be, the Giants or the Dodgers or even the Phillies or the Braves at this point. Or anybody in the Central, like the Cardinals or the Brewers, or maybe even the Cubbies. I wouldn't want to be any of those teams that if you get a red hot Mets team going into the playoffs, like back in 2015. The Mets get hot in the playoffs and they just blow the roof, blow away, those teams. They have an easy time in the National League Division Series, and then you get, they face Atlanta Braves or Philadelphia Phillies in the National League Championship Series. And if they're red hot and they continue to be red hot and just blow away the Phillies or the Braves or whoever, the Dodgers maybe, the Giants or Padres, and they get into the World Series, depending who they face. Hopefully not the Yankees, but sorry. But they go in the World Series with, red hot on all cylinders. Everybody's hitting and just red fucking hot. They go to the World Series. I would be scared to face the Mets in the World Series too, with that rotation and that offense and the bullpen. God forbid it's like the Red Sox get hot. They face the Mets in like a rematch from 1986. That'd be a fucking good series. Or God forbid it's the Yankees. I really don't want to see it. But Garrett Cole against DeGrom in the World Series. That would be awesome. Game 1. either at Citi Field or in Yankee Stadium. DeGrom versus Garrett Cole in the World Series. I think DeGrom will beat Cole, but it is, because DeGrom is better than Cole. But it is what it is, and that's all I have to say about that. But we'll see. I know it's May 16th right now. The Mets are 18 and 15 right now, or 18 and 16, I think. They're 2 or 3 games over 500. In first place by a half game, but not even halfway through the fucking first half yet. But we're getting there, and if the Mets can stay consistent, and their pitching can get red hot, hitting can get red hot, and the fucking bullpen can stop imploding, get rid of the crap that's there. Like Duchesne, get rid of him, please. And some of the other guys like Trevor May and Aaron Loop, they can shut up. I'm going to ask you, Wrestling Cat. Wrestling Cat's a Yankee fan, by the way. As like Rosa is. Like, I want to smack Rosa in the fucking face for being a Yankee fan. But I like going to the Met games with you. I like the Mets too. You can't be a Mets and Yankees fan. There's no fucking way. I'm from New York. I have to root for New York teams. Yeah, that's true, but you have to be one fucking fan. You can't be a Met and Yankee fan. It's like you can't be a Jets and Giants fan. You can't be a Knicks and Brooklyn Nets fan. Pick one team. If you live in New York or you live in whatever fucking state or city you live in. I'm a Mets fan. I've been a Mets fan since I was a little bitty Hulkster dude. And the only time I root for the Yankees is when they're playing the Braves or the Phillies or any team in the National League East. Okay? I don't give two shits about the Yankees. Unless they play, if they, God forbid, they get into the World Series, they face like the Phillies or the Braves or the Nationals or whatever. Then I wouldn't give two shits. I would hate the Yankees so much that I don't want them to win another fucking World Championship. But you got an enemy in the Phillies or the Braves or the Nationals or God forbid the Marlins. I would want them to beat them just for National League East sake. Beat the Braves, beat JD, kick his ass, beat his ass, make him cry. Beat the Phillies because Philly sucks dick. Beat the Nationals because Scherzer is garbage. Beat the Phillies because Philly sucks dick and Bryce Harper can suck a big fat cock too. Other than that, I can give two shits about the Yankees, those steroid using fucktards. So if you're Stanton Judge. Oh, it's true. Stanton and Judge are on the juice. That's why they hit so many fucking home runs. Judge hit 2 home runs, I think, today. I know he hit one. I don't know if he hit another one, but he has like 10 or 11 home runs right now. Because he's on the juice. Because they got all those needles and all the juice that A-Rod and Jeter got back in the 90s and early 2000s. Why do you think the Yankees won so much? Back in the late 90s when they won like 2 or 3 in a row. What do you think? Why do you think they keep winning? Why do you think Jeter was fucking going bonkers? When A-Rod was on the Mariners, he probably was on the juice when he was hitting so many home runs. Now they gave it to Stanton Judge. They're fucking butt buddies right now. Stabbing each other in the ass, injecting their steroids. But as we all know, if you're a Met fan, Fuck the Yankees. Fuck them in the ass and make them humble. But that's it. Like I said, there's not many sports where I root for two teams in the same city. I don't. I don't root for the Yankees that much unless they're facing like the Braves or the Phillies or whatever. I'm a Met, like I said, I've been a Met fan since 1980, 81, 82. Almost 40 years as a Met fan. That's a long time. Don't watch much basketball anymore that I used to because, Jordan is fucking retired. I hate LeBron, or as I call him, Gay Bron. I loved when Shaq was playing, when he was on the Orlando Magic, and then finished his career with the Lakers when he played with Kobe. God rest his mighty soul. He's in the NBA Hall of Fame was tonight. I think it was Kobe and Tim Duncan went in. Who else went in? Kevin Garnett, I think, went in tonight, which is awesome. Kevin Garnett's a fucking man, but it is. It is. I think Kevin Garnett had a better career as a Boston Celtic than he did when it was on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are now owned by A-Rod. Was it the Memphis Grizzlies? One of those teams. I think it's Minnesota Timberwolves that are now owned by A-Rod. I used to like the Minnesota Timberwolves back when Garnett was playing, and even after Garnett was playing, when he left to go to the Boston Celtics. I still rooted for the Timberwolves. But then, when Garnett went to the Celtics, I became a Celtics fan. I'm not a fair weather fan, but, I love Kevin Garnett. He went to the Celtics. They won a championship with him and Pierce and Ray Allen. And, oh, God. Back in, I think, 2000, I forgot what year it was. And then Kevin Durant. Not Kevin Durant. Yeah. What is it? What am I? Actually, oh God. I'm thinking of somebody else, maybe. Well, whatever. But when he went to Brooklyn, I wasn't a Net fan. I was a Kevin Durant fan and all that shit. I don't root for the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, because that's my hometown, Brooklyn, New York. I'm not a big Brooklyn Nets fan. I'm not even a New York Knicks fan. I hate the Knicks. I went to a couple games, back in the early 90s. I had a Patrick Ewing poster. I went with my dad to a Knicks game when they had like Gerald Wilkins and Charles Oakley and Ewing, of course. I don't even think they were good when I went to that game, but they beat the Hawks, I think. I forgot what team they were playing. And I held up, I went to the game. That's the only Knicks game I think I ever went to. It is what it is. In hockey, I love the New York Rangers. I've been a Rangers fan since '94 when they won the Cup. And I went to the Stanley Cup. I went to Game 7, which was the same night as my high school prom. I was like, fuck the prom. I'm going to Game 7, bitch. I've been a fan of the Rangers ever since '94. When they went to the Stanley Cup in 2014, they should have won that series against the Kings, but fuck the first two games up, losing in overtime, and then they lost game. I think it was Game 5 in overtime in Los Angeles. They should have won that fucking series. They should have been Stanley Cup champions back in 2014. This year they just fucking stunk. They were okay, but they were a young team, and they fucking just didn't get the job done. But it is what it is. But they're still young. They got Chris Drury as a GM now because they fired the GM, and it was John Davison. Well, he was the president, I forget. And they fired the president and the GM Because James Dolan's a fucking cunt. He's a fucking asshole. He's a fucking dick. But the Rangers are, they're young. They got the Frenier, they got Panarin, they got Micah Zibanejad. They're a young team, They're rebuilding right now, so next year, I have no idea what's going to happen next year. I don't know. But I'm still going to root for them as best I could, with the good times and bad, like with the Mets and like with the Mets and the Rangers, and that's it. I don't root for really anybody in basketball. I don't watch basketball that much. I watch Celtics games, but I don't watch basketball as much as I used to. When Michael Jordan was around back in the 90s. And Kobe when he was a Laker. God rest his mighty soul and everything, but that's that. And football. I was a Jets fan for a long. I started as a Giants fan when they won the Super Bowl in '86 against the Buffalo Bills. I saw, because my dad is a longtime Giants fan. I was a Giants fan for a while. Then I converted to the Jets when they had Bill Parcells as a coach, and I went through the ups and downs of the fucking Jets. They had Vinny Testaverde there. They went to the playoffs and everything. Then they had Sanchez. When Sanchez was good, they went to the AFC title game and lost to who? No, I think they lost to Pittsburgh, I think, in the AFC title game. It's either Roethlisberger or was Brady. I forget which. Was he one of them? But they lost in the AFC title game. And then after that, the Jets started to suck. We all remember butt fumble. In the last couple of years with Sam Darnold, they weren't even that good. But now they got a new coach and Saley, the guy from the Niners, the defensive guru he is now, being a head coach. And they got their quarterback now from the draft. I forgot who they got, actually. But like I said, the Jets are going to win the AFC East or anything, but they got the Buffalo Bills are a monster team right now, and the Dolphins are a monster team. Patriots are, they still got Belichick, but I don't see the Jets winning the AFC East title anytime soon. Not this year, not this coming year. Even with an 18-game season. At most, they'll probably get 4, maybe 5 wins this year. 5-12, I think they'll probably be. I'll still root for the Jets because, because I don't want to, I just want to be a Jet fan. I love the Jets, But, I've been with Rosa for 13 goddamn years. Meaning her, my brother from another mother. Converting me into a Niners fan since 2013 when it went to the Super Bowl and should have won. That stupid holding call against the Ravens, because the Ravens cheated, but he converted me to a Niners fan. I've been a Niners fan ever since with Kaepernick. And then Kaepernick, got blackballed by the fucking league. Haven't seen Kaepernick since. They bring Tebow back. Tebow goes from playing with the Mets to being the quarterback of the Jaguars. And people saying, "Oh, what? Well, we don't want Kaepernick back anymore." Well, some people want Kaepernick to come back. Well, where are you going to put him? That April Fool's joke where people said that Kaepernick was going to play for the Jets. Imagine Kaepernick does come back and he plays for the Jets. with the Niners guru Saley in there. Oh my goodness! I don't know if Saley can resurrect Kaepernick's career, but I would love to get that jersey if Kaepernick ever came back to the NFL and the first team he comes with is the Jets. I would get that jersey in a heartbeat. I don't care if it costs $200. Somehow I would get it, but who knows? But that's that. I'll still be a Niners fan, because I got to do it for my brother from another mother, and hopefully, the Niners, come off a heartbreak loss to the Super Bowl in last year's Super Bowl, not this year's, last year's 2020 Super Bowl to the fucking Chiefs when they had the game in hand and they just they had a 10-point lead and choked it. Heartbreak City for me and my brother and Rosa and all you Niners faithful out there. But last year was not so good because fucking Kittle gets hurt. Bosa's out for the season. A couple other guys got hurt. Sherman got hurt. We didn't see him much. Like everybody on the fucking team got hurt. Bosa, Kittle, Garoppolo, and then he came back. Got hurt again. And then Kittle came back, got hurt again. But now, Bosa's back. Kinlaw's back. All the guys that were out for the season last year are back. Garoppolo is back. Even though now they drafted Trey Lance as number 3. The prodigy, as we call him now, because he's gonna be, studying under Jimmy G. Jimmy G, can't get back to the form he had in going to when they had the Super Bowl year. He starts to fuck up. Go to the bench. See what Trey Lance can do and what he showed in the combine. I mean, if he could be the quarterback of the future for the Niners, oh please, I would love for the Niners and either Trey Lance or a hot Jimmy G. They win the NFC West, because I think they will this year. So I penciled them in at 12-5 because of that easy schedule they have. Even with those hard games they have against Rodgers, if Rodgers even still plays this year, we don't even know. And with the division games against the Cardinals and the Rams and the Seahawks, I still think they're gonna. And I think they got the Saints, I think, this year again too. But without Breeze, thank God. I penciled the Niners in for 12-5 and winning the NFC West. But if Jimmy G, gets back to what he was in 2015, he is red hot. They go into the playoffs and just demolish people like the Giants or the Bears or someone, and basically anybody. If they, you get a red hot Niners team in the playoffs like they were in 2015, you can say bye-bye. I would God, if you're listening, just do it for my brother, please. This year, please. Do it for me and do it for my brother from another mother. Make the Niners win the Super Bowl this year. A red hot Jimmy G in the NFC title game against Brady. Oh! And the Niners put Brady in the fucking turf. Then they go to the fucking Super Bowl. And God forbid who they play them. Hopefully not Mahomes and the Chiefs again. And if they do, I hope, they don't fuck it up like they did in 2020. a year ago. They don't choke a 10-point lead against Mahomes and company. But, get a red-hot Jimmy G or a Trey Lance going against Brady in the NFC title game with that defense. Not a great defense this year, but they still got some guys they had last year, like Bosa and Kinlaw and Armstead and everybody. And the guys I got in the draft. That defense is like they were in 2000. In the Super Bowl year. And Kittle goes off the wall again, and Debo goes off the wall, and Ayuk goes off the wall, and the people they got in the draft, they can pitch in and here and there, with Mostert and the running game going on and the offensive line. They go berserk and they beat Brady in the NFC title game. I care less who comes out of the AFC this year. If it's fucking Mahomes or it's that jerk off in Baltimore or somebody from maybe the AFC East. You get a red hot San Francisco Niners team with a defense like they were. I know they don't have their guru Saley anymore. It sucks. But if that defense can be like they were when they went to the Super Bowl and Jimmy G can get back to the form like he was in 2019, look out. I can see the Niners winning the Super Bowl next year. Do it for my brother from another mother. It'd be bittersweet because I'll be crying up a fucking storm. But we'll see. They have a pretty easy schedule at this point. But that's all I got to say about it. All right, everybody. It is 2:18 in the morning. I'm going to sleep. So it's 2.5 hours into this fucking video. And I felt like talking about a whole bunch of shit. It is what it is. So talked about baseball, talked about football, so a little bit of hockey, a little bit of basketball. Just a smorgasbord on episode 196 of the Gilmore Chronicles. So thank you all for watching. Let me know your WrestleMania Backlash predictions down below. Or you can do a video reply if you wish. You can hit me up via social media with your predictions. And let me know what you guys think. And that's all I got to say about it. So that's your WrestleMania predictions. And we'll see what happens tomorrow night at WrestleMania Backlash. It sounds so fucking stupid saying that, but it is what it is. But it still be Backlash to me. And that's it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night at Backlash. And after Backlash goes off the air, I will be here live after Backlash goes off the air on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel with my Backlash review. So don't forget to smash that bell, get notified when I go live for a video. I do it off the phone or any video I do. Just hit the bell, get notified so you don't miss a beat. Tell your friends about the channel and my other channels as well. Have them subscribe to all my channels. Don't forget to smash that like button to death. And all you jealous fucks, continue to give me views and smash that fucking dislike button because you're a bunch of pussies who can't get pussy. But it is what it is. And that's that. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet. And like I said, tap that bell, get notified so you don't miss an upload or anything at all. And that's all I got to say about that. So, enjoy Backlash tomorrow night. And like I said, I'll be live tomorrow night after Backlash goes off the air with my review. And then we start the new week with Monday Night Raw, the aftermath of Backlash. And then we got NXT on Tuesday. And then we got Dynamite on Wednesday. They're going to be going to Friday night during the NBA playoffs coming up, I think, which is starting soon, this coming next couple of weeks. So it'll be on Friday. I think the go-home show before Double or Nothing will be on Friday night at 10 p.m. And I think the week after that will be on Friday night at 10 p.m. So you got a big night of action on those 2 Friday nights. You got SmackDown from 8 to 10, And then from 10 to 12, you got Dynamite. So, yeah. So those 2 weeks, you're not going to get a Wednesday night Dynamite review or a Thursday Dynamite review. You'll probably get you might get, I don't even know if you might get a review on Friday night because, I'll be watching freaking SmackDown. And then after that, I'll be watching AEW. And I'm not going to stay up to like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning just doing a SmackDown review. And then the next day, I'm doing an AEW review. I might combine them at this point. I don't even know for those 2 weeks. But we'll see what happens when we get to the end of the month. But I think I'll probably just do one, probably my SmackDown review first, and then do my AEW review. Because I gotta do the go home show, that video before the predictions video for Double or Nothing. Then I gotta do a video after that for Double or Nothing. So that's gonna be. Hopefully, I have enough time. If not, I'll just do a recap on the phone with my thoughts. Thoughts, you understand? And that's that. But we'll get there. Like I said, hit that bell, get notified, so you don't miss anything. And that's pretty much it. All right, everybody, I'm going to go grab a late night snack, and then edit this video up, go to bed, and then get up and do my Sunday cleaning. Watch the Met game. Hopefully they win. We'll see. And then get ready for Backlash tomorrow night. And then, like I said, do the review tomorrow night. And then, hopefully, Monday, the Missus comes back. And I don't know if I'll do the Monday Night Raw review after Raw on Monday night. Probably be Tuesday. Get back to my normal schedule. Like, when the Missus is here, I gotta either come on when she's not busy, when she's sleeping, or when she's out, and I can get some time. I'll probably go back to my normal schedule. When the Missus comes back. But we shall see what happens. And God, if I do get this second job, it'll probably be the same thing. Who knows? But we'll see. I won't desert my subscribers or my fans. My fans, you understand? Because my fans love me. Because I am the most underrated man on YouTube. But it is what it is. And I am your Universal Champion. And that's it. So, I won't desert you, my friends. I won't. I'll try not to. But it is what it is. But, gotta put work first and YouTube secondary. And everything else after that, secondary. So, that's that. So, over the next probably couple weeks, there might be some changes here and there. But we'll see. As we get into the summertime. And that's it. It's got a big summer coming up of wrestling and sports and everything else. So hopefully I'll try to be here through the whole summer. But we'll see. All right. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments down below, your predictions for Backlash. Don't forget to smash the like button to death. Everything else. And that's it. So have a great rest of your late Saturday night. Go to bed if you're here in the Northeast. If you're in the West Coast, have a late night snack, watch a movie, and then go to bed and enjoy your Sunday here in America and around the world. Have a great Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Backlash, and that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching, and if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. And that's it. Can't do anything about it. You don't like it? Fuck you. That's it. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody. And I'm Peter Gilmore, signing off. Peace.